Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm StarFX0, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation 2. So today we're bringing you the final episode of NEWB-STOMPING. So as you know, I've recently started over on my US account, and I've had the opportunity to basically come back as a 6 or 7 year veteran of the game to fight a bunch of new players, and it's been kind of horrific for everybody. And yeah, so NEWB-STOMPING is basically a series of videos where I'm trying to point out common mistakes that new players make, and we're gonna use the opportunity to just learn how to avoid those problems and hopefully try to learn how to fight more effectively in this game. So the lessons here are going to be a little more nuanced, but the first thing we're going to look at is knowing the maps that are available to play. So this is the Ruined City map, or the Abandoned City. I don't know, they keep changing the name of the thing. So one of the first things you want to know about the map you're playing on is what are the nesting positions for the support type mobile suits. A nest is essentially a place that a support type will sit on a map and just use it to just snipe or shell the enemy team. And so there's, on this map, there's at least two nests on each side. And the next thing you need to know is your initial spawn point exposed to the nest? And on this map, the answer is yes. And so the way I usually start this match, if I'm playing a support type, is I'm going to run up and try to shell the enemy spawn point so I can basically kill whoever is trying to capture that spawn point. And so that's going to really destroy the enemy team's momentum, usually. And so I managed to land some shots on the enemy team from the initial nest or the sniping position, but yeah, I think I hit the pilot when he had invincibility frame, so I didn't kill him, but I did do a lot of damage to the legs of his mobile suit, so yeah, that's kind of okay. So yeah, so when you're capturing your initial spawn points on this map, you should either place your mobile suit in a place where it's not going to get hit by artillery, or you should actually put it in front of you so it shields you while you're trying to capture. Or a third option is to actually have a teammate come and body block all the shells, which is more dangerous and less reliable if you're playing with randoms. But yeah, maybe you'll run into a random who knows how to do that. But yeah, those are essentially your three options. Okay, and the next thing we want to talk about... oh wow, how the hell did I make that shot? Okay, so the next thing we'll want to talk about is team makeup and how that applies to your team's formation. So essentially, the generic formation is your team will have... Oh, I think that suit has maneuver armor. That's either... it might be Sharzaku or maybe Zaku FS or something. Broke his legs. Damn, that's a bad look right there. Okay, so... essentially your teams, they're usually some sort of mix of some raid types, some general types, and some support types. The raid types should be on the spear point. Basically they take point. They're the most advanced units since... I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, so your raid types, they're gonna take point, they're gonna scout since they're the fastest, and they're gonna make initial first contact with the enemy, so... yeah, they're going to be taking a lot of damage and hopefully dealing a lot of damage at the same time. Behind them are the general types, and the general types, they basically have the most stopping power because they usually have stunning weapons like bazookas, and they can easily combo into trip combos to keep the enemy team suppressed. Yeah, so that's why they form the defensive line. And in the way back, you're going to have your support types. And they're going to shell from a distance. Basically, they have very high damage output, and they can assist in suppressing the enemy team with, their stopping power. And so, generally, the supports, they're going to have the lowest mobility, so they need to be protected. And when they are effectively protected, they can deal a lot of damage. They can keep you covered. And so support types, they can be extremely valuable to your team formation. So yeah, as long as you can maintain your team formation and your structure, essentially that's basically the qualities of a winning team, like maintaining your formation and, defending your support types and all that type of stuff. And what's happening here is, like, during the course of this match, the enemy team just, they just could not break our team's formation, like, almost the entire time, and it's sort of because they're all general types, so they don't really have any type of structure outside of, like, maybe forming a defensive line, but they're just running in and attacking us one at a time, so this is allowing us to just focus fire on them, or just combo the ever-loving shit out of them. And then, yeah, so the match is, like, right into its final phase, and then they finally got back to the support types right here. So, yeah, so as I said before, yeah, these suits are very low mobility. They don't really have much ability to defend themselves. This gym cannon is especially egregious in that sense. I killed him with a single bullet. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so gym cannons, they're, like, extremely slow. They run slow, they turn slow, their cannons ready slowly, so... the only good thing about them is they have very good volume of fire. They have a lot of shells in their cannons, and they can combo into that machine gun. So they can dish out a lot of damage, but they require a lot of protection. And so, yeah, like, normally I don't like using this mobile suit. It was one of my favorite suits in the first game. It was actually the first suit I mained in my career in Gundam Battle Operation, but they actually nerfed it a lot in Gundam Battle Operation 2. It is super duper slow now. But, yeah, so this is actually a 200 costume. So, like, I didn't really have much choice outside of using this level 3 gym cannon. So, yeah, fortunately, the team formations worked out where I can use it pretty effectively. Yeah, so it looks like the enemy team is pushing us back a little bit, so I'm just gonna back off just to make sure, like, I'm not fighting them in close range. And my team's getting kind of torn apart at this point, but yeah, we're so far ahead in score that it doesn't really matter, like, all that much. Yeah, that artillery fire was pretty effective. Oh man, yeah, the smoke effects are just so over-exaggerated in this game. It makes the game sort of unenjoyable. Anyway, yeah, so the whole time, like, the two teams, they were kind of struggling at the middle of the map, and, you know, that's fairly normal in terms of match dynamics, but since they were having such a hard time breaking the defensive line, what they really should have done is they should have just taken an alternate route, because they couldn't break our defensive line. They should have just used cover and moved around, and maybe they could have moved around to attack the supports sooner. Okay, wow, I did 93,000 damage in a 200 costume. I have never seen that type of damage in a match that low before. But yeah, I guess that makes sense if the entire team is made of general types. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it for the match. I guess it went by kind of fast for me. So yeah, I guess, yeah, those are the main points. Like, A, like, know your maps. B, know your spawn points and the nest positions. C, will capture the spawn points safely. And then D, maintain your formations. And then E, finally, like, yeah, if the normal formations aren't working, then you need to maneuver around the defensive line in order to try to, you know, kind of infiltrate the enemy team's formation. But, you know, that takes a lot of skill and practice, and sometimes a lot of luck. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for my thoughts for now. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Noob Stomping. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, and we'll see you next time.